Part 4, 2014. Note from the Scribe 2020. In this section, you'll find messages I added years ago with the understandings I had years ago. My thoughts and opinions have changed in the way that I am more surprised and more trusting of the words I have received for all these years. This is the reason I share these words with you now that we Earth people are all visibly in lockdown, imprisoned by the rulers who continue with their lies and deceptions. I can honestly say that I do not doubt God's words anymore. I never expected these times to be so true, and in a way I could not imagine. See to it that you listen to your Father and not the evil that rules Earth. Chapter 111. Messages are stopped for now. A few words from the Scribe. Yesterday I was informed that these messages will be stopped for a short time, as these beings are preparing for their arrivals on Earth. It is expected that there will be a coming time of disclosure, more information from our government to explain who these aliens are and what may be their plans. Like you, I have many questions. Like most of you, I am informed by the information I am given from these angels, aliens, and from limited and manipulated media sources. But I am seeing a possibility of a cataclysm coming on the west coast of America, South America, USA, and Canada. With this, the obvious threats of a World War III. The advice received from God and Earth sources to keep safe in our homes and have provisions seems like good advice to avoid being caught up in the turmoil. I am expecting that these messages will soon resume again, as they prepare to arrive to walk the earth. Some are already here, although I have not met any of them. So hang in there, and may God bless us all. Za, March 2nd, 2013. 12. Message from the Scribe number 1. Be ready, all is in place. The messages I am receiving now are in preparation for the coming times. Basically, stay calm and be ready. And truly, what else can one do under these circumstances? These amazing beings are coming to Earth and we will be processing our feelings about it. They're coming soon because we are nearing another terrible world war. People say if an advanced civilization arrives, it will mean the end of the less advanced civilization. The way things are on Earth now is not safe for any living being. Communicating for 10 years with these angels give me hope that they are the only ones who can help us now. I have never met them. I haven't been abducted by aliens as far as I know. I don't know what these beings look like, although they describe themselves to be very tall, about 8 to 10 feet, and there are many other kinds from other planets. Their words are kind, and I imagine they're beautiful. I believe they are our only hope. The powers of the world have been warned before about their nuclear arsenals and their treatment of humans. Many are aligned with the Grey and the reptilians to gain more power and control over people. We're used by them, and our lives mean nothing to these psychopaths. Nothing has made our lives easier, healthier, or safer. Quite the opposite. Those who live off the veils of war are eager to try out their new toys. Dangerous fools with dangerous toys with no care for any reasonable outcome, and certainly not the security of their own people. We are the people who will suffer their actions and consequences in some form or another. We see this every day from our corrupted media. We're so close to a big ugly war with a clear possibility of countless victims. What can we hope for? Everything is in place. It is coming. It's all about timing, not time. This was a difficult concept for me to understand in the beginning of my receiving. You see, it is not about the construct of time. Time, as we know it, is an earth concept. All comes as a predictable series of escalating events. predictable because evil is predictable. It never gets better and it always gets worse unless it is removed. Evil works are destructive. Removing the evil that permeates our cultures and societies will improve the lives of those who wish to live out their lives in peace and serenity, to learn the necessary lessons we have been sent here to experience. Living in peace and serenity does not mean that everything will be perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about having the tools and learning systems to open to new ways of handling our own problems without the bullies around us who stop us from growing and developing. This might sound like the Georgia Guidestones monument, but it's not my intention to support any Rosicrucian type groups or earth-created religions. I have less than little faith in these kinds of organizations. These organizations have more to do with causing more trouble and harm to humans than creating better lives and living conditions. Look at the charities and look at who actually controls them. The safety nets of our better societies are dissolving because they are infiltrated by harmful managers. People who are caught asking for support or help are soon denied or abused even more. There's no care for the helpless, the ill, and the poor. Theft and bribes are an accepted way of life. Try to complain about any injustice through any board or legal means. Try to prove that you have been attacked, disrespected, abused, harmed, or robbed by strangers, and by employers or housing project managers. Any complaint needs money, and most resolutions are made to serve the aggressors. This corrupted system is plaguing all areas of society on earth. There is no justice. Victims are silenced, truth is hidden, and lies prevail. These angels are our only hope. Those who are reading these words know all of this too well. It is time to move to the universal laws and learn what this will mean for us. In my opinion, anything is better than what is being prepared by Lucifer's armies. I wish you all well. Speak to God yourselves through your own words and with your open hearts. Be caring for each other and be ready for the better changes coming from the universal laws. Zar, March the 4th, 2013. Chapter 113. Message from the Scribe, number 2. Judgment is coming. The wars are very near. North Korea wants to test a missile. The Americans are warning them. They are provoking each other. Charismatic leaders who see themselves as divinity are egotistical and psychopathic. On April the 6th, I received a message from my contact, alien angel called God. I read this with no intention of disrespect. He said, "Be ready and be dealing with a better serving truth starting soon as the North Koreans are responding to rage about the murder of their leader's character with the image sent by Anonymous. This is how we will answer back to them with our time to walk the earth." Like all of you from all places in the world who are reading these messages, I have no way of knowing anything for certain. All I can wish and hope for is that these beings are truthful and they're coming here for the reasons they have stated. It would be amazing to better the lives of people on Earth. My Earth father is dying in a hospital. His mind is not his. He seems to be possessed in part and has been for a long time. Perhaps the remnants of serving in World War II. He's wide open to any being speaking through him. When he saw me a few days ago, the first thing he said was, "This is not the world we created, is it?" I found this interesting, deeply touching, coming from him at this time. My belief is that death is not death. It is a crossing over for the soul. This is so difficult when another entity has moved in because the entity wants to continue living. The diminished soul wants to be freed. At the time of death of a possessed human, the entity may jump to another body weakened by illness or disease. Dis-ease. One can see this becoming more troublesome because these entities are feeling the time of judgment approaching. God is coming to earth to judge the living and the dead of soul. Earth ways are not my ways. This is not the way I want to live or what I want to be part of. I don't want to see people and living beings suffer. Who in their right mind and heart would want so much suffering and pain to continue or even worsen? Look at the way people treat each other and animals. Why is so much harm caused? Who benefits from causing harm? What happens when harm is perpetuated? How can harm be eradicated from Earth? If anyone could change the misery on Earth and replace it with a true benevolence and care for everyone, then this is what I wish for. Peace on Earth and goodwill towards all good people and animals. He said, "We are the seers of these ways, and we're the ones you wish for." God gives you back to yourself, and because you want to be healed, we will answer to your call and to visits with us and open to your freedom. The true saints are those who have risked their lives and died for sharing truth. To this list comes the names of William Cooper and Phil Schneider. May their souls be at peace. God said, "Be ready now and settle with Earth ways, and be dealing with a West answer to an attack ever seen on Earth, because your neighbors, the Americans, are preparing to murder thousands of people to open to wars that are led by the demons from the Middle Earth." These words are shared by many of us here who see these whores and parasites better open to these horrors and these understood stories that are now being revealed, because these hidden stories are now opened by the heroes of Earth who died for you, because they wanted to warn you of what they themselves have discovered. Besron aon ma pon on. Sharing with evidence of the way of proven and believed knowledge. When an evil person kidnaps a child to enslave her or him, the captors will tell the child truth and lies to have her or him comply. The child is ignorant of the complete truth and depends on what she or he is told to survive. Keeping people in ignorance of the truth, creating a spin story that they must observe and accept as their own truth, only serves the deceiver. With true benevolence, there is truth, trust, freedom, and choice. Take care. Tsar, March the 13th, 2013. Chapter 114. Message from the Scribe number 3. The Standoff. North Korea and the USA, with South Korea and Japan, are in a deadlock. Talks are encouraged by the Chinese to defuse the tension and return to negotiations and agreements. However, the war in Syria has not stopped. People are suffering there. The media's focus has changed to North Korea and away from Syria and Iran. "This is the message I shared with God this morning," he said. "Tell all who are said to, bridging with us, to be ready. No, we see who they are, and we're soon opening to them. Better answers are coming now, as these standoffs will not serve well and will answer to our arrivals as the first missile is launched in our path. See how we are settling ourselves with Earth ways. No, we will not answer to this death with evidence of great servings, because these souls will be settling with a new reincarnation to heal the imprinting serving to become an army for Lucifer. These souls are evidence of great manipulations and breeding that need much healing. They will all be dealing with the necessary life experiences needed to better their souls. See these ways be soon and open to many who are dealing with us and others, and know all is coming as I said. Settle with us as arrivals become well dealt with and well settled, because chaos will be seen in many places. Many will open to our ways only later to respond to their needs as they overcome their fear. Heal with us first and settle with answers to all better serving truth. So we wait to see what will happen. Be prepared, be careful, and be safe. Tsar, March the 14th, 2013. Chapter 115. Message from the Scribe, number 4. The time of reunification. Most humans who are aware of the perpetrated deceptions are wanting responsible governments to disclose the truth about extraterrestrials existing on Earth, in Earth, and in space. Imagine how this will look like to us simple people who have been lied to for so long. Envisage governments admitting to their actions of secrecy or creating wars for profit, dumping oils in our oceans, waterways, in our homes, and spraying us with chemicals through their research of weather modifications, causing extreme health problems. How can this be explained, accepted, and even forgiven? Do you believe governments would dare tell us more than we are finding out through brave whistleblowers and so-called conspiracy theorists? After the horrific events of September the 11th and the consequences, it is difficult to accept the idea that terrorists have committed the bombings in Boston yesterday. Of course, these are the actions of terrorists, but who are the terrorists? We can include governments in this list. Look at the people who are ruling the world right now. Would you invite any of these people for dinner at your house? Would you be friends with some of these people? Did Eisenhower heed the warnings he received from the group of aliens who came to Earth in the 50s? I was informed that the 3 extraterrestrials who remained on Earth as observers and advisors were murdered. The actions against the innocent people who participated in the Boston Marathon barely 24 hours ago will cause confusion, sadness, and eventually anger and rage. Moving emotions of a group, this way serves to open to new security actions and finding expected accused who may not be the culprits. Expect to see more reasons to heighten security in all public places. And what about the threats from North Korea? Yesterday's messages, God said, "Open to your ways," as all starts with the actions taken by the North Koreans who are nearing to launching their missiles and causing themselves harm, because the actions, in response, against them will only cause them more troubles. So they will better serve with answers to settling with the good serving changes fast approaching, to open to all people of the world. God, I am renewing with more now, with many others, and better serving with others who are seeing answers to our arrivals. It is said, all who see us as aliens are not understanding who we are and will not understand until we ourselves open to the truth and evidence of why we are serving these times of reunification. But all who see us will be reminded of the times before Christian responses to organizing people to obey laws that serve only a few. Be settling with these times now and open to our truth. Be bridging with us soon. Heal these lies with truth. God asked me to write some words today in the blog, but I had very little to say, I thought. So he added this to help me get started. Death is the defining moment of truth. When all has been culminated to an end time through all layers of life experiences, be it good times or bad times. Death settles with the soul to answer to all questions asked, and all will renew to open to a new destiny, to a new outlook, and to a new question, where to now? Be dealing with these thoughts and tell all that death heals a life of many troubles, because these earth experiences serve only this, And after life begins to open to a new time to become yourselves as your soul wishes to answer all questions. These are our ways. And then comes the 12th life that concludes all stories and opens to everlasting life. My heart opens to all the recent and long-time victims everywhere in the world. Tsar, March the 16th, 2013. Chapter 116. Message from the Scribe number 5. Evil is at the door. There is no other way to get out of this mess than to fight evil itself in all forms. Discernment is needed, and more precisely spiritual discernment. Do not participate in evil. It is necessary to be intolerant to evil. All that is cruelty, inhumanity, psychopathy, sociopathy, and tyranny serve only the purpose of destruction and oppose all that is good and righteous. Whoever practices evil is an aversion to all people who are righteous, who lives with truth, nature, and morality, and would not consider causing harm to another being. However, we must stand together in defense of the truth and the innocent, and wear the full armor of God. Now is the time when evildoers hurry their actions and works to get as many souls as possible before the whole thing blows up in their face. But the game is over. The despots are careless, and the events in the USA are all becoming too suspicious for most people. Everyone in all places is speaking about this week's horrors. People are awakening to the truth of the totalitarian regimes that have taken over their countries, destroying our lives and murdering our children. And truly, I feel very sad for the victims and their families, all the victims including their alleged culprits. God asked, "Dare we imagine a world without despotism?" The only way governments could possibly restore the confidence of their people is to be truthful and transparent. But they have all gone too far by losing all humanity and being aligned with Lucifer by their visible actions. This is who they serve. However you want to see it, whether it is a living being in the middle of Earth or an energy that spreads like a virus, this thing is destructive and none would be spared. This is why all evil will and must be removed. Here are the messages I received from God this morning. With understanding, answers are soon healed, and answers tell all who we are and why we come to earth to open to our truth and our settling answers as we begin this sorting. As these times open to our truth, we will open to many who are searching for a better way of life on earth. Understand, we can easily open to these ways for all, and we can better see to answers with a way of great seeing and evidence of our ways. Be seeing how all this truth is shared or known by a few who respond to another, Lucifer. These parasites are the cause of these troubles on earth, and are the reason for these understood lies and great serving deceptions. But also know, people on earth call on him to have knowledge with him, serving his will in evidence of gifts given in return, and helping their cause of domination and reduction of population. Be seeing how all who see these words are only settling with some facts, but cannot see all as we do and as we have experienced a very long time ago. Soon all changes, and soon all becomes renewed with answers to better ways of living and great care for all who are ready to open to us and serve with us. These times are soon arriving and answering to all people of earth with us and many others who are serving spiritual truth. Be ready, all is near. God. I hope this comes true very soon. Tsar, March the 20th, 2013.